Go. This is our game, Napoleonic Wars. It is a deck-building, territory-conquering game, and it is an exciting reenactment of the battles that occurred during the Napoleonic era. It is designed to be played between 2 and 3 players, and is recommended for ages 12 and up. It takes over an hour to play, so make sure you have the time to play it. Setup takes under 5 minutes, and cleanup takes around 4 minutes. All the pieces that are shown here can fit into this very sturdy and good-looking box, including the instructional manual that tells you about the game and how to play it.
The object of this game is to conquer as much territory as you can on this map, and also to defeat the other players' pawns. You do this through interactive and exciting battles using units from the Napoleonic era. Currently the board is partway through a turn in which a battle is about to occur. We will now play out this turn.
At the beginning of a turn, a player will draw 6 cards from his personal deck, and there's a wide variety of cards he could draw. I drew Expert Engineer, Recruiting Team, Fantasy to Reality, Dysentery, Flood, and Support. On these cards, they have different things. The Support has +1 coin and +1 move. So, then with all of these cards, I can go over here to the store, and I can purchase something if I have enough money, or moves, enough money. And so gold mine here is 11 coins, and say I bought it, then I would add it to my deck. And this here is a satchel where you can keep track of the money that you have during your turns.
So, during your turn, you can use the moves that you got from your cards to move. Say Mr. Blue wants to move onto this space. That space is fortified by Mr. Red, but Mr. Blue can engage in battle. Over here is Mr. Blue's army. If Mr. Blue were to attack, say using his artillery and his footmen against the fort, then we can figure out the damage that is given based upon the damage chart. The artillery is the attacker, so we look onto this row, and the fort is being attacked, so we see that there are 4 damage tokens given to the fort. After that battle occurs, Mr. Blue can now move on to this space. After doing so, he can fortify it, say using a fort by tiring his engineers.
At some point during the game, a player's pawn will perish due to the battles that occur during the game. Now, the 2 remaining players will continue playing until only 1 is remaining. The one that remains is now crowned Emperor and officially wins the game. And if you have any confusion during the game, you can refer to this instructional booklet that will teach you about the game. So this was a demonstration of our game and how to play it, Napoleonic Wars.
I did the art with the help of my friends, or my teammates. We digitalized it, and then we printed it out on our cards. And yeah.
I'm the historical expert, and so now I'll tell a fun fact about a battle during the Napoleonic era. So Napoleon himself was the first person to branch his army off into different corps, each with their own respective marshal, and this was good because instead of having to move his entire army as one big mess that's very slow and hard to move, they could each maneuver around and take strategic positions during battles and campaigns that would allow them to be more successful.
I am the game designer. I wrote the rulebook and I did the balancing. So during playtesting, if say a card was too cheap, then I would either make it less valuable, say by making it so then this card, Duty Calls, only gives you 3 moves, or by raising the price to maybe 11.